Good morning. All to start our walk in the early new year of 2026. We're at just to the west of Kendal at Sefton and Cunswick Scars. I'm showing you the sign here that is a good found title for our walk, which tells you a lot about the walk and flora and fauna that we can see on the way, or whether we'll see any at this time of year, I don't know. Now we've parked the cars on the most uneven car park we've perhaps ever seen. I'll just walk over a bit of it to show you. It is really rough. If this is a limestone pavement, it's a man-made one, presumably by a JCB. And as we see, our members are booting up after getting their gear out of the car. Maps have been unfolded, ready for our walk. Continuing the limestone theme, I don't know how natural this pavement is or whether it's been messed about by men over the years. Just over there you've got a general view of Kendal and this sort of greyish sky on the horizon. The weather forecast we think is probably about 2 to 3 Celsius today, and we hope that we can avoid rain. It's a 5% chance of rain according to the Met Office weather forecast, so we'll just have to see how we go. Well, we walked on a bit and I'm just coming to the area where, sorry, beg pardon, tripping over the dog, taking the view here. It's amazing, just sort of a few miles out of Kendal and you get this sort of scenery. Now resuming our walk, the wind chill's quite bad. Not Arctic, but it's quite more than we thought. We're approaching a thing now called the mushroom. Obviously it's mushroom shaped. It's a promontory, some place where people come and sit, and there's the same signpost as I filmed before, but
taking a picture, Jeff? Yeah, I'll have a picture.
Anyway, we're going to stop for a group picture here. It seems appropriate. Just so we've stood here, at least I can rest the camera and zoom without getting. There you are, it's the panorama out to sea. You'll have to excuse us today because it's a bit difficult to film because it looks absolutely glorious up here, but the wind chill is quite severe. It's a very the limestone country. It looks very, very barren at this time of year. The trees that look dead, I don't know whether they are dead or whether they're just dormant for the winter. We're walking now sort of east towards Kendal. I'll just pause while the group walks past. As you can see, there is some actual humans on the walk, trudging along. It isn't actually too bad, it's just the wind chill that's causing us a bit of grief. Now, fortunately, we're out of the wind chill a bit, we're away from the scar, and we're walking sort of south, roughly in the direction of Lancaster, which is miles away of course. It's not so bad once you get out of the wind. Oh, here we are. Now we're deciding to stop because we're out of the wind chill and we could do with a cup of tea. We'll catch you later. Just filming through the kissing gate there. A number of our chaps have stopped to have a confab. No, not old wives. I'll just attempt to zoom there to the fells. Try and hold the camera steady for you, just to show you the vista, which is looking better all the time. We've just walked over a piece of ground here, and apparently it used to be a racecourse. Now this racecourse is long defunct, and where our two members are standing here, there's an old sign which says racecourse. So as I was saying, this sign, we don't know how old it is, whether it was this is the original site of the sign. You can see it says Kendal Racecourse, and this flat here area that we've referred to before almost looks like a gallop on this limestone land. Apparently it was a racecourse. We're not sure when it stopped being a racecourse, but the sign is evidence that it once was. Now, for those of you who don't know, and we've done this before, sorry Bob, I was talking to the camera, we're at this part of Kendal called Greendale, and it's where, for whatever reason, the chappie who wrote Postman Pat based his characters. It will be remiss of me also not to point out the first snowdrops of the year. We do this every year on the video, so I'm not going to let the tradition down. Continuing the comment about Postman Pat, here we are approaching the post office, which is supposed to be the originator of the said Postman Pat stories. And the local civic society, I'm sure we've filmed this before, but we'll do it again. There's Jeff taking a picture. The local civic society put this sign up to commemorate good old Postman Pat. And there he is, look, sat with his cat and his wonderfully knitted van. And there is the post box. Right, so I'm just about to cross the road. I'm just looking at a quick. This actually is called Greengate, not Greendale as in the Postman Pat. But it's a very interesting area of Kendal. Very nice houses, Victorian villas, terrace houses. Apparently there used to be a hospital. The chapel there is called an Ingham Height Chapel, with an I, Ingham, and H-I-T-E at the end. I'm not quite sure why that is, or whether it was a local benefactor, someone called Ingham perhaps. Something to Google and look up. And rather more interestingly is this pub here, very well kept like the rest of the buildings. The Rifleman's Arms, regrettably not open at the moment, but there's a very nice set of hand pumps in there if you're craving of the cask beer. I'll continue our walking down towards Kendal at the moment. So having traversed the western side of the edge of Kendal, that means going round Kendal. Here's the sign. Where are we going? Now we just walked up this hill, we're on the western side of Kendal. I'll just do a sweep with the camera. You're looking down obviously at modern day Kendal, moving towards south. Now we're walking again on the western edge, really the northwestern edge of Kendal, just past the golf course. We're coming back to where we're going to turn, I think roughly west, and go back towards where we started. I don't know if you can hear on the soundtrack. Once upon a time this has all been pretty wild country. Nothing up here but walkers and farmers and things like that, but there's the Kendal bypass, which is very handy for taking people from the M6 to the lakes and back. But you can hear it's just over the wall there, the dry stone wall. If it wasn't for the sound you wouldn't know it was there, but there we go. Now we're traversing, as I'm trying to say, going across the bypass road, and here it is, it's polluting and noisy glory, but nevertheless a necessary artery to get people on the holidays to the lakes and all the goods and services that are needed. Otherwise, before this, it was the A6 through Kendal. So even though Kendal is still pretty congested to some people's mind. This is possibly a lesser of two evils, but it's a matter of opinion. Now we're kind of on the last lap. We're fortunate in that on the skyline, if I can find it,
Can't see the wall because Neil's put a big blue line on it.
somewhere up there's a tower. But sorry, I can't find it on the video. We're just on the way back now towards where the cars are, but there's a little bit of perhaps about another mile to get to back to point of origin.
Oh, you bugger!
There was a quick impromptu filming of a robin that was stood on the dry stone wall very obligingly for hours and hours and hours. I think I managed to catch it on the video. But, anyway, I'll be signing off now. We're coming to the limestone pavement car park any minute where we started off, so there's not much else to see. All I would say is if you're in the Kendal area and you want to get up around some of the walks, there's loads and loads of walks, even from that Green Gate area up towards the bypass. There's some fantastic walks, so give it a go sometime. And this is Sefton Ramblers saying adios and goodbye.